Real estate agents, did you know that there is a very simple framework that, when utilized, will drastically increase the number of offers that you have accepted? Now, I'm not just talking about the offers that you're presenting on behalf of your buyers. I'm also talking about the offers that you're making to get new sellers, to get new buyers. Not only will your conversion rate go up by applying this, but you're going to feel more confident to go be in more listing presentations, to be in more buyer consultations. This framework is going to change everything for you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Think Bigger Real Estate. I am your host, Justin Stoddart. Thrilled to be with you again. This episode is going to be fire, but let me remind you to connect with me. If you look in the show notes, you're going to see links to my calendar, to my email. You'll be able to reach out to me directly and get unstuck. My life's work, guys, is helping you get unstuck, to help you to have a transformation that allows you to have it not only a professional, but a personal transformation in your life. And I do that all the time. I have agents reaching out to me. We have a brief conversation and they say, wow, I've never thought of it like that. They're on their way and they're able to go produce and create the business that got them into this industry. So allow me to do that for you. If you're stuck on anything at all, let's just spend a couple minutes together. And or if you're not interested in getting some FaceTime, go download a special report that I created. It's called The Ultimate Guide to 10x Your Warm Referrals. This document alone that I've poured so much time and value into is going to cause you to think, act, and receive referrals differently and more abundantly than ever before. So at least get that download. And if I can help you more, reach out, get on my calendar. Back to today's episode, we're going to talk about offers. Now, there is a book that was written called $100 Million Offers. The gentleman who wrote his name's Alex Hormozi. Alex actually had massive success in the gym industry, in an industry where most people weren't making any money. He came in and made $100 million. Can you believe that? Like, how do you do that? Well, today I'm going to share with you the key secret by which he did that. And it's simply an offer framework. Anytime you're presenting an offer on behalf of your clients, you're going to run it through this framework and say, how can I improve our offer based on this framework? And anytime you're thinking about going and presenting yourself, your services to potential sellers and potential buyers, you can run your thoughts, your thinking, your offer through this framework, and it will improve all of it. With that being said, let's dive right in. Guys, oftentimes when you think of making an offer, it's just simply, how do I make a better outcome? That's the common thing that is taught, to identify what is it that the client really wants and produce a better outcome that's more aligned with them. That is amazing. That is so good. That is the starting place. That's where we begin. So today I'm going to teach you again a framework by which you can put that on steroids. So let me begin by drawing here a simple equation. So for those of you that are math nerds, you're going to love this. For everybody else, bear with me. It's simple math. So again, oftentimes what we think about is simply the outcome. How can I increase the outcome? How can I make it a better, more aligned outcome? Yes, awesome. Now, here's the other thing I want to run by you. Not only is it the outcome, but it's with what assurity that they're going to get that outcome. So not only are we trying to improve the outcome, but we're trying to give them the confidence that there is a 100% chance that they're going to actually have that. The more confident that you can deliver the fact that you can deliver on that offer, on that promise, that is only improving your offer. What good is an offer if all you do is talk about outcome? Let me tell you what it sounds like. If all you do is talk about outcome, and you're just trying to increase this up, it starts to sound like hype, right? It starts to sound like almost desperation. Like, oh my goodness, they're willing to offer all these things. It all of a sudden almost cheapens what you're offering, right? Or they think, man, this guy or gal must not have much going on. So in addition to talking about the perfectly aligned, awesome outcome, you also need to give them the assurance that this will happen. I know real estate agent after real estate agent who's on the other side of a transaction and they're receiving offers, and some of the outcomes are better. Like, they're going to get more money, but they're looking at who's involved, who's the other agent. They're looking at who the other lender is that's actually qualifying them for this much money. All of a sudden, they start to get concerned that I don't know if I can count on that. Yeah, I love the outcome, but I don't know that they're actually going to be able to deliver. So again, with everything that you're offering, again, whether it be presenting an offer or whether it be going into a seller or a buyer consultation, think to yourself, what is the ideal outcome? First and foremost, what is the outcome that they want? What is it that they really need? How do I make an outcome that is perfect for them? And then how do I give them the assurance that I can get them that? Some of that is going to come through just continuing to ask more questions and walk through your unique process to get people that. Talking about specific stories. This is a key, is that if you really want people to believe that you can get them that outcome that you're talking about with absolute surety, the best way is to say, you know what, you remind me of some clients that I worked with in the past. They had a very similar situation, a little bit of a tricky situation, and here's what we did, and here's how we got that outcome. In the client's minds, they're like, oh my goodness, you have helped somebody who was where we are, and you got them to where we want to be. So the assurity in their mind is going up, 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 up. That's exactly what you want to do, is reinforce the fact that you can deliver on that outcome. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I got it, Justin, I got it. I know how to, this is the great framework. And I'm saying, no, this is only half of it. This is only half of it. The other part of this equation is not only an increased outcome and assurity, but looking at this as a math problem, what we want to do is also decrease the time times the effort. In other words, if it's going to take a lot of time and effort on that client to get that result, then you are watering down the value of what you have created up here, right? This is highly valuable, but it becomes more valuable as you take time and effort and you make it go down for the client, right? As these things go down, your offer goes up. The value of your offer becomes more unique and different from everybody else in the marketplace. So what do I mean by this? Well, if you can give your clients, for example, the assurity, and this will ring true, that although our offer might not be the strongest, we can close in 2 weeks time. It's going to take us less time, right? Or we can close within the timeframes that you want. We can extend it out 60 days. Again, finding out what the client wants. Make it to where the seller on the other side is going to have to spend less time to get this offer through, closed, done, and ultimately then get what they want. Also, you want to decrease the amount of effort that it's going to take them. If there's things that you can include in your offer that make it easier for this to go through, that take less effort on the part of the seller, the chance of this aligning with that client saying, you know what, we're willing to take a little bit less income because they're going to take this off of our plate. Now, when you're dealing with buyers and sellers, this principle is also true. Now, when you're working to get new buyer and new seller business, it's a very similar conversation. And the conversation is simply, what is it that is going to take them a lot of time? Is it going to take them less time to find the home that they want? Can you talk about a specific process that you've created, that you've implemented to help your clients find the right home in less time? Can you make it to where it's less effort on them? What can you do to make it to where it's easier for them to find the home that they want? On the seller side, I'll give you a personal example. Some very good friends of mine were moving. They asked for recommendations on with whom they should sell their home, and they ended up choosing another agent. I said, this is fascinating. Tell me why. I didn't expect that. And they said, this agent came in and they said, all of the staging, all of the cleaning, all of the setup, we're going to take care of that. Doesn't mean she paid for it all, but they said, don't worry about that. We got it. Oh, don't worry about that. We got it. And this was discussed in the listing presentation. She also asked other questions that made it appear that they didn't have to think through all the details. How long have you lived in the home? Have you lived here for 2 of the last 5 years? There were certain questions that the other agents weren't talking about. The other agents were simply trying to build rapport and build friendship. Friendship is great, but ultimately they've brought you there to help them to get to an outcome. And again, this particular agent not only had a great outcome, but they also increased the assurity that they would get that outcome, and they decreased the time it would take the client and the effort that it would take the client. All the time, I choose where I'm going to shop based on how little time it's going to take me, how little effort it's going to take me. Even if the prices are higher, there's a certain convenience cost that I'm willing to pay. The same is true when people are evaluating your offers, your offer to have you represent them, or the offers that you're presenting on behalf of your buyers. This framework, you guys, when you take a look at it and you start to think through, what are all the things that I'm trying to get accomplished? Every time I'm talking to somebody with whom I want to be in business, could be even an upstream partner. For those of you that have read my book, The Upstream Model, if you haven't, send me a direct message. I'll send you a free download and even the free audio. Just message me. My email you'll find in the show notes. But this book teaches you specifically how to go create strategic referral partnerships with other professionals who are upstream from a real estate transaction. When you're stepping into those conversations, you need to take a look at this offer framework to say, do I have a compelling offer? Do I stand stand out and am I different? Do I have the actual outcome that they care about? Because I'll tell you, the outcome that these professionals care about is very different than the outcome that your friends and family want from you, right? These are professionals who need help in their business. So your offer and your outcome better be about that, not just being chummy. You also ought to be asking yourselves, can I give them the surety that I will help to deliver this outcome, that they can confide in me, that they can trust that I will help them to deliver these superior results to their clients? Also, you're going to want to give them the assurity that the time spent on their behalf is going to go down and the effort on their behalf is also going to go down. So if by chance you are extending offers and they're not getting accepted in any one of these realms, it may very well be because you're only focused on the very first one, outcome. And in some cases, we're not even at kind of the baseline, which is to identify what is it that this person really wants. We're just doing a blanket, generic, one size fits all offering, saying, this must be what you want because this is what the last person wanted. It may not be. We really need to dig in and identify what is it that they need, that they want. What are their concerns? Deliver the outcome that they want, increase the assurity that they're going to get it, decrease both the time and the effort, and you will have an offer that will get accepted at drastically high levels. Absolutely will blow away your competition because they're not thinking like this. Again, guys, if this has been valuable, please let me know. It gives me great satisfaction to know that I'm helping people, that I'm helping you to get unstuck. And I would strongly encourage you to reach out and connect with me. As I mentioned, I have agents reaching out to me all the time saying, Justin, I'm stuck on this one thing. I feel like it's holding me back. We have a quick conversation and you're on your way. That's my passion. That's why I do this, is to reach people like you. So give me that opportunity to help you. And my final request is this: go think bigger. Let's go.